do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and this morning, absolutely elated, we're heading all the way back over to Music City, Nashville, and we're going to catch up with a very, very good friend of ours. Has been a dog's age, got to be honest, but it is so nice to catch up with AnneMarie Picerno. And believe me, really, really big fan of AnneMarie's work, I really am. What will you say right here at Galaxy? So that gives us a couple of minutes. You can relax a little bit. So, when was the last time you were a radio announcer? Are you still doing it?
I do special events, and, you know, I probably did kind of cut back on radio interviews just because of my schedule. And, you know, my day job, I was working from home, so I was always in a state of pajamas, and people would want me to get on air, and I'd be like, are you kidding me? You know, but and there's just so many things, as you know, so many websites and everything you got to maintain, and, you know, audio and noise. And my new place, I've been here about 3 years, there's always trains going by. It's like less than 100 yards away, and there's a train track, and they go to town on the horn. And, you know, on my job, I'd have to pause customers and wait 60 seconds until the train passed. And, you know, so, or else I'll be in my car for quiet if I'm at a club or someplace, then I'm, like, doing a radio interview in my car and things like that, you know. And then I have a crappy cell phone, so I decided, you know, like I was telling Barbara, I've really been trying to balance my life out a little bit as far as family and friends, and just trying to enjoy life as I get a little older, but still put out the music and all those things. But I realized that you have to have a balance to feel spiritually, emotionally, all those things, you know, complete or just happy. And I'm still working on all that, to tell you the truth, you know. Still working on it all.
I think that's an implement that we all are working on at some stage there, AnneMarie. We need that balance in our life, believe me. And I've got to be honest with you, I get to work about 9:30 at night. I'm lucky to get out of here by about 5, 6 o'clock at night. So believe me, there's a lot of hours working here that I need to try and find a balance for at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you realize that, for me, that people forget about you, you know? Because maybe you're not always going out, because as soon as you finish your work, then you're hopping on radio or you're on social media, and all of a sudden it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, and then you get back up at 6 a.m., and it starts all over again, and you miss things. And I realized, you know, that I want to travel, that I want to get out and have a little bit of fun. And, you know, usually all my extra money goes into making music and trying new things. Mm-hmm. But, you know, definitely it's about balance. And I realize as I get older, too, I see a lot of friends passing away. And Donna Jo, I think you knew Donna Jo, mm-hmm. And that just broke my heart. Mm-hmm. She was a beautiful, beautiful person inside and out, and had such a lovely voice. And, you know, she sang the gospel at the end of my song Bonfire, one of the very first songs. That's right. That I put out to radio. And she suffered, and yet she still tried to be a light to so many people. Even the month before she passed, you know, made this YouTube message, and I didn't see it till after, and I was just like, that was Donna Jo.
AnneMarie, you know? We're just going to cut in there because we're going to go live now. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and well, got to welcome everybody along on Facebook Live this morning. And believe me, absolute pleasure to have everybody joining us. It really, really is. Now, if you are a first-time viewer, well, let me tell you, it is such a pleasure to have you. It really, really is. And why not become part of the family? We call it the noise here at Galaxy. So why not sub, thumb, bell, bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like today's feature artist. Yes, we're talking to AnneMarie Picerno. It's been a while, it really has, but it's good to catch up again. Subscribe, why not become part of the family? Call it the noise. And you know what to do with the thummy thing, right? You do. Get epileptic with it. Sean Simpson's joining us, also CC Critty. You've got to keep an eye out for that guy. Nick, please, you're supposed to be asleep. And please pass love and care on to Joyce for us. We love her, we really, really do. We want her to come home as soon as possible, right? We do. In the meantime, today, believe me, we've opened up the show with what you will say. Sorry, I'm going to get this right. What will you say here at Galaxy? And I'm joined by AnneMarie Picerno. And it is such a pleasure to have you back again.
Well, thanks for having me, Barbara and Grant. So what did you think of when you first heard that song? What did you think? Did it strike anything within you that, you think about dying or passing over, crossing over?
To be very honest with you, and good question, thank you for asking. No, I didn't. I was more, as an engineer, listening to the whole production of it rather than listening to the lyrics at the time. But it seems like our audience has made a connection with it. It really, really has. 1,751 requests since we've been playing it, so that's not doing too bad. And believe me, I think it's a fantastic song. So maybe, just maybe, you might be able to answer that question yourself. Tell me the skinny on this one. How did you come to the lyrics of this?
Well, so, and interestingly enough, my producer, he said he didn't like the song. He said it was depressing, it was dark. And I'm like, listen, and Bob McGilpin, we have a great relationship. He's done most of all my original music in production here in Nashville. But, seeing posts on Facebook with people passing away, and then people will say, oh, God bless, or I'm so sorry, and it's like, what do you say? And, I thought about my life and how hard some things have been. I mean, I packed up my car, I moved to Nashville 10 years ago, I was sleeping on the floor. There's been times I lived check to check, barely had pennies, wondering if you should keep going as far as trying to get your music out there. And I just thought, when I'm gone, there were naysayers. Will they say, oh, she was great? The impression of what you might see on social media, and what were your real connections with the real people that you loved and that maybe cared about you, and what will they say at my funeral was kind of it talks about the frustrations of knowing who are the people that stayed with you till the end of your life and who are the people that traveled through, and that is life. We know that we might meet somebody just for one day. You could have the most awesome conversation and never see that person again, and maybe you never forget them. And then there's people throughout your life, and, there's a couple verses in the line that says, she never found true love. Well, I've never been married. Money was never her friend. And then maybe the people, with their theory, she must have died alone. She loved what could have been. There were some in my family that said, you're never going to make it. It's like, should anybody just listen to what one person or anybody says, or should you do what's in your heart? So I've always, as far as my family, been called the black sheep and did what I wanted to do. And I feel like once you're gone, what does it matter anyway, right? Either you leave behind something. So for me, it's my music. it's my writing, and it's the music that touched people, and I don't care how small the circle is, it touched somebody. And through my music and getting involved in making my own music and putting it out there to the public, I've met so many wonderful people and also so many other wonderful artists. And I feel it was all worth it. But, the song was a dark song, and then I made a video, and I decided it would be sung, not, when you sing a song, it doesn't necessarily have to be that I am singing it. So I decided to do it as a character. And the character that is singing this song is somewhat of a pessimist and somewhat sarcastic, because she realizes the flaws in people, but also the flaws in herself, meaning, hey, even I forgive myself. I know I messed up sometimes in life. I know sometimes I may have let other people down, or I let myself down. And the music video even shows a woman sinking to the bottom of the water. And I'm sitting in a bathtub. I decided, why not be that kind of snarky person? I'm sitting in a bathtub, smoking a cigarette, because everybody, you shouldn't smoke. And, it shows the water going down the drain, and then it shows, a woman going down to the depths of the ocean, and it all spirals up to the final verse, which is saying, did I love you till I died? Because that's really all that mattered, whether you were perfect or not. Did you love them? Did you try? Did you put everything in it? And it spirals with a dove, flying towards the heavens, and Jesus standing on the mountaintop looking up, meaning like she made it to heaven. She made it to heaven anyway, even though she may have not been perfect. She tried. She didn't give up. And so, the song was very personal for me, because there have been times where, I broke my ankle, or I was attacked at Walmart just back in January with a stun gun walking into the entrance of a Walmart. I was attacked by a random stranger. We still don't know why they ran off. It was all captured on video. There were police. There was a detective. I had a major concussion for months, and definitely during that time, I was like, why would anybody want to cause harm to somebody they don't even know? And, things in life make me sad and I had conversations with some people where I'm like, well, maybe this person has just a really bad home life, and they're taught this. They're taught to hate, or they don't know what love is because they didn't have it. We don't know, but it seemed to be a kid, or it could have been a TikTok dare, meaning, well, what peer pressure and what other people might have made this person think it's cool to, okay, as soon as that person gets to the entrance of the door, you're going to run up and hit him with a stun gun on the side of the head. Well, I'm going to tell you, it messed me up for months, and I had a lot of dark thoughts and depression and sadness about why it would happen, a lot of physical pain, but I just keep going. That's all I can tell you, is that if we're going to focus on that, we also have to realize that there's light, that there are good people, and so those are the people we want to put in our circle. Once in a while, there's going to be that random stranger that busts your bubble, and you didn't ask them to, and you won't ever know why they did what they did. And so many songs reflect that message, like thank you. I pray for the world to have peace, and I pray for my family and my friends, right? All you can do is keep praying, keep going. So that's what I do.
AnneMarie, it's shocking that somebody would absolutely do that. It really, really is. I really have no words for that. I really don't. But at the end of the day, you're okay?
I've had a lot of PTSD. As a single person, when I get in my car, we're talking about a little 50-yard walk of parking and walking across a crosswalk. And as the sliding glass doors of the Walmart was opening, and I'm getting ready to walk in. That's when you see, because the customer was there, so they captured it on their dash cam. They were getting ready to park. It just happened to get caught on dash cam. And you see this person running and assaulting me from behind, and you see me kind of fly up in the air and fall over, and it was on the news and all that. And, I had pins and needles, I had headaches, I had blurred vision, my neck was messed up, I had black eyes, all those things. Kind of okay, but cautious, and it changes how I view the world, because I think our world is changing, and we have to be very careful. And even though we want to trust, sadly, we have to be vigilant, and we have to be very aware. There's nothing I could have done to have stopped this person. They would have overwhelmed me physically. I was right at an entrance of a store, and people were coming out of the store when it happened, and I fell to the ground. And, so you can look back and ask why, or how could I have stopped this? And, I don't know how or why. I really don't. But I just keep trying to move forward.
I get that. I really, really do. But there is a silver lining to this. Could have been a gun.
What's that?
It could have been a gun. Silver lining is, stun gun, fair enough. Could have been far worse. It really, really couldn't. Sean Simpson is saying you've never been married as well. So, I think, Sean, you're just waiting for the right. Yeah, that's what you're doing, really. And she says you're wrong. Now, AnneMarie...
maybe when I get in my rockers and we'll just sit on our porches and tell kids, hey, get off our lawn. And, if they hold my hand, I'll be happy. Maybe. I don't know. I just think, you choose a lifestyle. As an entertainer, you travel a lot. Sometimes you have to say goodbye to people because you're going to another opportunity and they're staying. And that's happened a lot in my life. And, but yeah, I think I have a lot of soul connections, some with people that I have never met physically in person. Through the power of the internet, there have been some wonderful musicians and friends that I have connected with in Messenger that I haven't even video chatted with, and wonderful where you feel like you know this person. And then sometimes when I go out to Grammy events and I finally meet some of these people for the first time in person, and you just hit it off personality-wise, and that's the beauty of the internet. And, there's a good side and there's a bad side to everything. So I just try and embrace the good and keep trying to be a better version of myself and a better artist with each new song that I create and put out there.
Well, AnneMarie, now there's a good segue, because believe me, I love you, right? Now, this is really, really starting to make a connection with our audience. It really, really is. And you're up around 2,795 requests so far. So believe me, people are getting in there. Now, at the same time, I want to mention this is a prelude to a Grammy, isn't it?
Well, so right now we are submitting to the ballot. I have submitted it. I want to say the voting does not start till September. I would have to check, but we have until August 30th to submit our work. So I have submitted it in Americana performance. And I really do think it's one of my best or better songs, because it really does have, some songs, like I say, I write as a character, or somebody says something or I hear something and I get an idea and I write the story about it. In this case, this song is very personal to me, because after all that stuff that happened, that phrase, I love you, right, as I was saying goodbye to them, just leaving. I was going to see them again, but it's something that he said, and it touched me and made me think about, they're letting me know that they love me, and they want to reassure me or know, do I know that? Even if I'm going through a hard time. And then also, maybe they need reassurance that you love them as well. And it was a very simple phrase, and I wrote the song strictly about that moment and the impact of telling somebody that you love them, how important it is. I don't care if they're just your friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, family member, a stranger. It's letting somebody know that you heard what they said, that you care about them, and that they are worthy, that they love you. And there's many different forms of love. But I really do think this is one of my best songs, and I really love what Bob McGilpin did, because I asked him to put mandolin and guitar solos around my voice, so as I'm doing various things with my voice, his guitar solo is spiraling upward and filling in, and there's just, in my opinion, a really beautiful arrangement, and I can't do my music without Bob McGilpin. He's a wonderful producer in Nashville, and this is the first song that I actually played my own piano on, and then it builds in kind of that hook of the title, and then 2 or 3 other melodic themes where it may start like adult contemporary, and then you got the country hook, but then it builds into blues, and then kind of a gospel ending sing-along, because everybody should feel loved, don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, joining us live here at Galaxy is AnneMarie Picerno. You know I love you, right?
That's her guitar, piano playing.
I'm sorry?
That's her piano playing.
That's the piano playing, yes, absolutely. AnneMarie, you're frozen up on the screen there, but we're all good. We've just carried through this, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. When you get the video, you'll understand. Believe me, you will. Sean Simpson says, thank you very much, Grant. Well, Sean, we love you. We really do. And we're so happy to have you join us. Thank you very much. Really is a pleasure to catch up with you. It is. Today, AnneMarie Picerno, coming out of Music City, is joining us. And believe me, I've been a big fan of AnneMarie's for a long time now. We've known each other for a minute. We really have. And each and every time, she blows it out of the park. She really, really does. So if you've not heard AnneMarie Picerno's music before, I suggest you go and have a look on the website. And believe me, we're going to cover that next. Okay? If that's okay with you, AnneMarie, I'd like to be able to get all your information out there, how people can get hold of you and stuff like that, how they can acquire your music, and more importantly, whether you've got merch or not. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, AnneMariePicerno.com. Picerno's an Italian name.
Right.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Of course, it's all in all music stores, or just go to my website, AnneMariePicerno.com, and there's icons at the top of the website where you can connect and find my music on Apple and Spotify and iTunes and Deezer and all the music stores, or you can also buy it direct right on my website, and then all the social media as well. You know, there's a lot out there, isn't there? A lot of social media platforms.
Hi, Michael.
There really
And
is.
I try to keep up on all of them, but, you know, there's a lot out there. You can also just go to Google, just Google my name, and you'll see all sorts of wonderful articles, press, music, videos. I'm on YouTube. You'll find some very interesting videos for What Will You Say? You'll see some clips of live performances. Colorblind was an award-winning video that I made, and, you know, I do my best to get it out there, and I even tried TikTok. That took a while, you know. Every platform has its own vibe and its own little thing.
It does, absolutely.
Different audiences, so, you know, it's kind of fun.
You're right. Let me just go back to this. That's right, and I haven't let myself down. I even forgot to turn the mic on. How's that? I get so much into AnneMarie's music. I really, really do. Now, AnneMarie, I got to say hi to Michael Sparger as well, joining us. Hi to Tia as well. Nice to have you guys on board. It really, really is a pleasure to have Galaxy artists joining us on the lives. Now, AnneMarie, anything in the can? Have you got anything coming out in the near future?
There's another artist that asked me to contribute vocals to a blues album. Well, actually a song on his blues album. And I'd say about 2 weeks ago, I went into the studio and I laid the vocals and I really like blues because you can do a lot of, I got the blues, You can play around with notes. You can fill in the little pockets. It's not so much straight singing. You can scream. You can go to the depths of low and go up to high soul. And so I gave him it all. And he, I'm not sure if he's in Venezuela or Argentina, but he's in another country. And so in Messenger, somebody else I have not yet met personally, but hopefully I will at the Grammys in February coming up. And he was just like, oh my gosh, what you did was amazing. And when I sing to somebody else's music, I really listen. If they're singing and I'm going to do harmony with them or they're playing different parts, I really listen to what they're doing in the rhythm and melodically, and then I'm going to find something either with them, and I will listen to how they enunciate, how they phrase it, and I will match them because that's being a good harmony singer. And then in other places, I want to complement an offset, and so I will find a space of where I'm going to contribute something that is going like this and then together, and that's what I did. So I haven't even heard the finished product on that song, but his name is Antonio Vergara. Vergara, Antonio Vergara, and he's a 2-time Latin Grammy nominee in years past. So he has put out Spanish and Latin songs that have been nominated. And when you get nominated, that means they choose 5 and then they have a final vote. So he's not yet a Grammy winner, but this is going to be submitted to the regular Grammys because you got the Latin Grammys and you got the regular Grammys. So I'm excited to see what his entire album is and what my contribution to that song is. And then I have one that's simmering that I already put vocals on with Prem Murdy, who last year he produced Love and Peace, which we submitted in world or global performance. And that had Natalie Iakamau from Hawaii. She was a previous Grammy nominee, and Prem is an Indian producer. He's over there in India. And so we have another song coming that's still in production. I don't know if it will make this Grammy ballot or come out next year, but, you keep planting seeds, and I'm also open to collaborate with other projects. It does have to strike something to me, but if I feel it's a great song, I'm more than willing to, add my AnneMarie magic on it, whatever that is.
Well, AnneMarie, unfortunately we're running out of time right now, but I am going to have to wrap this up. But I would love to be able to have you come back again. Would love, if with permission of both of those artists, if you would pass that on to us, we would love to be able to hear it, possibly play it as well. But AnneMarie, honestly, we absolutely love your work, and we'd love to continue promoting you.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope everybody can download You Know I Love You Right. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, you can find the audio in the music player and share it to a friend that you want to hear that message, You Know I Love You. And, you can take that audio and even make your own little video message to somebody. So feel free to share it around on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, or just stream the song on any one of your favorite music platforms or visit AnneMariePicerno.com and you'll find all my music, which is multi-genre. It's a variety of country, pop, rock, blues, Americana. So there should be something that you like or you might possibly love. Because you know I love you.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. You're right here.
I love you guys.
Don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to take a couple of pickies and bits and pieces afterwards. So for everybody else, don't go anywhere. 11:15 New Zealand Standard Time. 12:15 midnight over in the UK. We're going to be meeting Guy 30. So we're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, happy radio, everyone. And have a great day.